Hi, this is Christine with Natural Health. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe and to also hit the reminder button, the bell, so that you'll get videos when they are available. Okay, this is day number 19 of my 21-day fast, and I have 2 more days to go. Woohoo! Today is Saturday, so I'm taking it easy. I ran my errands in the morning because I realized that I feel better in the morning. I have energy or more energy in the morning. And so I ran my errands and then I came back home and relaxed and also caught up on some sleeps because I was a little tired. And you tend to be tired sometimes on a fast because your body is healing itself, it's detoxing itself. So when it's pulling out those toxins, when it's repairing the cells that can be repaired and discarding or eating the cells that cannot be repaired, eating the extra protein that's in your brain that causes Alzheimer's and Parkinson. Guess what? Sometimes your energy is zapped because all of your energy is going to that activity. So what that tells me, since my energy is not up the way I expected it to be. If you watch day number 2, my energy was like off the chart, like almost anxiety type energy. Um, that tells me that my body is still detoxing, and I hope it's done in 2 more days because I'm done. But I will stay in the ketogenic state, and in the ketogenic state your body will still go through the repair process, but it won't do it as quickly as it does in a water fast. So the first couple of days, I'll probably eat 3 times a day. And then after that, I'll go down to 2 times. And then I'll go back to eating once a day. And then I'll throw in some extended fasts, 36 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours. Um, during the process, because I still have about 40 pounds to go on this journey. So today is number 19 of 21 days, and I weighed in at 203.6 pounds. I lost 0.4 pounds. That is a total of 18 pounds so far on the fast. So I'm 1 pound behind because my goal was to lose at least 1 pound a day. So let's see how my body does. So today I wanted to talk about what you really need to do to have a healthy fast. And the most important thing that you need to do is make sure that you take your electrolytes. You don't want to take them when you start feeling symptoms such as headaches, dizziness, nausea, tingling sensations. You want to make sure that you have your electrolytes beforehand. And I use a recipe called snake juice recipe. And that has been the only recipe of electrolytes that I have been able to use that will keep me from feeling bad. All the other ones, I will still get some sort of symptom, and that is probably because the electrolytes were not balanced. So not only do you need electrolytes, but those electrolytes need to be balanced. And the electrolytes that you need are salt, of course, magnesium, and potassium. So if you're going to do an extended fast, make sure you take your electrolytes. Now, some people say that you don't need to take electrolytes until after like your 3rd day of water fasting. And that may be true and it may not be true. But I know that if you're new to this, you don't want to find out by passing out that you should have taken some electrolytes when you're only trying to do 3 days. So I hope you guys really listen to that advice there. And you also want to stay hydrated. So make sure you drink enough water. Most of the time, 90% of the time, I drink distilled water. That's the only water that I purchase. And I'm even looking at purchasing a distilled water maker, because distilled water is the cleanest water that you can buy. Now, some people argue with me in reference to spring water. Spring water is good. It's natural. It's this and that. It has minerals in it. Yes, it does have minerals in it. Those minerals comes from rocks. And our body cannot absorb minerals that comes from rocks. So even the what you see in the vitamin shop stores, where it's coming from different rocks, don't buy it, because your body cannot absorb it. We get our minerals from plants and from animals. So that is the best way to get your minerals, okay? So I want to talk a little bit about the benefits. I just want to run through them again, because a lot of people think that fasting is just to lose weight, and it's not. Fasting, actually losing weight is like one of the side effects of fasting, if I could say that. And the reason that I say that is that it shouldn't be the number one thing on your list. Now, it was the number one thing on my list until I started researching and educating myself. And then I found out, oh my goodness, fasting is something that you really want to have in your lifestyle. Even if you are the weight that you want to be, you should fast at least. I heard one doctor say, if you fast for 5 consecutive days once a year, that will decrease your chances of getting cancer by 95%. So keep that in mind. Fasting will always be a part of my lifestyle. Extended fasting and intermittent fasting. I look for the day, though, that I can only fast for 16 hours, be able to maintain my weight, and everything is good. And then I will fast twice a year. I usually fast in January. That's when my church does their corporate fast. I just go a little radical with it. And then I fast in the summertime. And the reason why I chose the summertime is because I get really, really cold. My extremities, my feet and my hands are really, really cold when I fast. And what I've learned is that when you're fasting, your body is conserving energy. So most of the energy is in your core, around your core. So your extremities may be cold. And for me, they are. I mean, freezing cold, like socks when I go to bed at night and it's August and it's like 90 something degrees outside. You know, how ridiculous is that? But whatever I need to do to keep warm, that's what I do. So let me run through the benefits really quickly. And then I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. And on Monday, I'll have a treat for you, so that you can see how my body changed throughout. Okay, first of all on my list is weight loss. These are the benefits of fasting. Weight loss, it lowers your insulin. What does that mean? People that have diabetes and they're taking insulin because they're insulin insensitive. Guess what? If you get on a fasting regimen, you won't have to take insulin anymore. But speak to a natural doctor. I find that chiropractors are very good with natural health. And also just look for a doctor that believes in natural remedies. And one of the questions that you want to ask is fasting something that you would recommend in someone's lifestyle? And I will tell you how they feel about fasting. I follow Dr. Eric Burge. He's on YouTube. And I also follow Dr. Jason Fung. Jason Fung, he is a kidney specialist. Most of his clients are diabetic, and what he does is he helps his patients to become better as far as getting rid of their diabetes, to conquer their whatever their kidney diseases are. So he is based in Canada, where in Canada, you're allowed to do that. In the United States, I believe there's a restriction on people teaching others how to fast or using any type of natural remedies. And the reason for that is that our medical system is run by the pharmaceutical companies. The medical schools are being funded by the pharmaceutical companies. So of course, the pharmaceutical companies do not want you to figure out how to take care of your bodies naturally, because if you do, guess what? They're going to lose money. Everybody taking care of their bodies naturally, they're going to lose money. And recently, there was a pharmaceutical company that acquired a food company. So the food industry was already corrupt, in my opinion, because when you're putting more sugar in things and all of these carbohydrates, all that does is clogs up your arteries, and it makes you obese. Fat does not make you fat. What makes you fat is sugar, carbohydrates, and too much protein. So when you eat meat, you should only eat the size of the palm of your hand. Now, I do eat more meat than that most of the time, and it hasn't caused me any problems. But I will say that that is the guideline. So if you find that you eat more meat than that, you might want to cut down a little bit and just see, if you're still in ketosis, if you're on the ketogenic diet. Okay, let me get back to the benefits. It decreases inflammation. So if you have any other itises, arthritis, whatever, it'll get rid of those. And you'll feel wonderful. My knee, I have a knee that I injured in the military, and that knee hurts sometimes, and that's because I have inflammation on that knee. Ever since I've been on the fast, ever since I've been on the ketogenic diet, that knee does not hurt. I can run with the kids. We play we have water balloon fights, we have water gun fights, we do all of that, and I'm able to keep up with them a little bit. But when that knee is hurting, Auntie is on the porch in the rocking chair. They're like, Aunt Christine, what's wrong with you? So yes, it decreases stress. It reduces blood pressure. And I also had a problem with my blood pressure. And actually, I went to the eye doctor yesterday, and the doctor asked me if I had problems with my blood pressure, and I said no. And she said that it looks like that you have some blood vessels that were damaged due to high blood pressure. So on the 6th, next Friday, I'll be going to the doctor to get my blood pressure checked, and it should be good to go after this fast. So it's imperative for me to stay on the keto diet for the majority of the time. It increases your immunity, so you won't get sick when other people around you are sick, because your immune system is at a heightened level. Excuse me. It reduces, one thing fasting has done for me, has increased my hiccups. I hiccup all the time. It reduces cancer cells, and that's because cancer cells eat off of sugar. They cannot live off of ketones. So when you're in a fasting state or the ketogenic state, you have no glucose in your system. Your body is feeding off of fat, and cancer cells cannot eat off of fat. It slows down aging. One of the things that the fasting does, and it does the same thing the ketogenic diet does. So you'll hear me use, say, fasting and ketogenic diet in the same breath. Is the extra proteins that are in your brain that shouldn't be there, your body eats it away when you're fasting, and the ketogenic diet as well. The difference between the ketogenic diet and fasting is that fasting is the ketogenic diet on steroids. So it eats up all that extra protein, and that is what they have discovered causes Parkinson and Alzheimer's. And my great uncle passed away from Parkinson's, so that's really, really important to me. It slows down cognitive decline. So memory loss and all that, you should be good. You should be good. It lowers the risk of heart disease. It gets rid of digestive problems. If you have leaky gut, fast. If you have irritable bowel syndrome, fast. Anything going on with your stomach, fast, because that our bodies will heal itself if you give it an opportunity. But it will not heal itself when you're eating, because all of your energy goes towards digesting that food and getting it out of your system. But when you don't eat, the energy goes to the places in your body that needs to be healed. It also gives you, now this is the one that I'm hoping, it gives you greater control over diet and thoughts after fasting. So the first time I fasted, when I got off the fast, I ate too much and I had a belly ache, and I was like, oh God, I'm just eating too much. So when you get off the fast, you should take it really slow. And before you eat anything, you should eat something that's fermented, like sauerkraut, that fermented cabbage. I forget the name of it, but something that's fermented, and that's going to put back the good bacteria that you need in your digestive tract, and that will help you digest your food and will keep you away from having stomach issues once you start fasting, until your body gets used to having food in your system again. And you should also start back slow. For me, I already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to eat sauerkraut in the morning, and then I will have egg drop soup. And then later on that day, I'm going to have yolk. If you're from the Tidewater area, you know what that is. If you're not, you don't know. And it's delicious. It's YOLK. So how do you fix yolk? There's recipes out there, but what's in it is it's sort of a soup-based noodle, and I had to find some low-carb noodles, and Miracle noodles are a great low-carb noodle. So I went to the organic grocery store and found the low-carb noodles. So what's in it is I'm using chicken. You can use any kind of meat. So I'm using the chicken wingettes, and it has chicken broth in it, chicken bouillon. It has ginger, onions, chopped up garlic. So I'm gonna saute all of the garlic, the chicken, and the garlic, the onions, and the ginger, and then put it in the pot. And then you just let that cook. You put soy sauce in it and also ketchup. And you put the noodles in it. And then once it's done, you take it and you serve it. You can serve it soupy, or you can serve it not soupy. Get you a boiled egg, slice it open, and then you can put more soy sauce and more ketchup on it at the table. So everything that I have gotten for this recipe is low carbs, no carb, and absolutely no sugar. And that's going to be my meal tomorrow. I'll also cook some collard greens with ham hocks in it. I've been missing that. So that's going to be delicious as well. Well, this is Christine with Natural Health. I will check in again tomorrow. This is day number 19. I am down to 203.9 pounds from 221.6 pounds in 19 days. I have lost a total of 18 pounds. I hope to be under 200 pounds on Monday. So I need to keep my fingers crossed for that one. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow, and on Monday I will have before and after pictures for you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.